It's a beautiful morning. This next stretch is 20 miles and it's segment 17. It is dry, rocky. Next water is in 10 miles. So I'm going to carry about 2.5 liters with me, which is a lot for me to carry, but I need to stay hydrated. And then when I get to that campsite, I need to also camel up and carry a lot more water because it's 6 more miles to the campsite and then 3 more miles beyond that to water. So it's going to be a dry day. I don't know about the rain, but water-wise, it will be. And hopefully it'll be a good day. Yesterday I was really struggling with just loneliness on the trail. I didn't see people, and those two were the first hikers that I saw all day long. I saw a few others later in the day, but yeah, it was pretty lonely. It's hard hiking solo and not having anybody to talk to, anybody to share the experience with. So I was glad to finally see some other folks. So this is the big meadow I walked through last night in the thunderstorm. The water source is over there. The tank is actually in the edge of the pond. And there's lots of cows there. We heard lots of cows last night. They've been all around leaving their evidence, which means you have to be careful where you sit, unfortunately. I'm feeling like a real doofus right now because I cannot find this water tank to save my life. I found a path. I found a pond. I found lots of cattle, but nothing that looks like a stock tank with a spigot in it. Well, I must be really dumb because plenty of other people have used this tank and I've been walking all over the place and I can't find it. And I'm super frustrated because if I can't get water, I have to go at least 6.5 miles and then downhill 1/2 mile to a lake or 10 miles. So kind of getting irritated. I'm gonna walk back to the trail from a different direction and see if I see it. And if I don't, I guess I just have to go on my way. The cows are keeping their secrets and not telling me where the water is. That is the stock tank. And these are the cows who aren't too happy that I'm going to share their water, but I'm about to. This cow came and shared some water with me and has a lot to say. Like, I don't know if it's you're stupid, you didn't find the water, or if it's get out of here. So I'm going to head down that trail and back to my campsite and then finally get hiking. Hey, tell me all about it. Yeah? I'm going this way. Bye. Tank. It's a good ways beyond this pond, and the only way I saw it is way over there. And if you follow the trail around, it does continue on, which I somehow missed, but there was some metal reflecting what caught my eye, and that's the only way I found it. Well, I'm finally back at my campsite. That little water adventure cost me 1.5 hours, and I think about 3 miles of walking with all the wandering trying to find it. And yeah, my tent is dry on the outside, not on the inside, so I'm gonna wipe it down and take a little break, pack up, and finally hit the trail. All right, it is 10 after 9, probably the latest start I've ever had backpacking, but I'm glad, even though it took a lot of time, I'm glad I got the water that I need to go 10 miles, so I don't have to worry about rationing water, I don't have to worry about dehydration, and yeah, I'm ready to go. Hopefully I can keep my energy up. Haven't seen any other hikers go by, but I have seen deer, I have seen cow. So I think it's a good time for me to start walking. I think I went through 4 or 5 of these meadows yesterday afternoon during the thunderstorms. They were all uphill, slippery, and full of cow patties. They are much more pleasant to walk through when they are flat and dry. So far I'm enjoying this section. Not even a mile in, but some people have said it's the worst section on the whole trail, section 17. And it is a lot to get through because of the limited camping and water. But we'll see. We'll see if I agree. The bike packer that I talked to yesterday at the water source said that he was most dreading this section because people had told him that it was very bouldery, big rocks, kind of designed for motorcycles more than bikes or hikers. But I just have to reserve judgment for myself, so we'll see. That sign is a little bit confusing. It looks kind of like you should go down this trail because even though it says CT and CDT that way and then an arrow that way, that goes backwards to where I came from. So I'm taking a quick little break to check and make sure I go the right direction, especially after my little water debacle this morning. And so far, I haven't hiked for quite an hour, 50 minutes, and I've done like 2 1/3 miles. So this trail's been very favorable for me. And I don't know if that's going to continue, but at the same time, it's helpful now to kind of make up some of the time that I lost this morning. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm also finding that it's interesting because I was so down yesterday morning and feeling lonely and not happy, and just meeting a few people on the trail and having somebody to camp with in the evening can do wonders for the mindset when you're solo hiking. So I guess some people thrive on being alone a lot, and I generally do. I like my alone time. I think of myself as an introvert, but I also think maybe I'm a little bit more sociable than I realize sometimes. I tell you, 2.5 liters of water didn't feel like too much. The weight wasn't bad until I started going uphill. These are the kinds of climbs that really slow my pace, because I have to stop frequently and catch my breath and let my heart rate go down. I know that's a problem that younger hikers probably don't have, but at 57, I'm kind of feeling it. But it's worth it. Look at these views. These kind of hills are called PUDs, or pointless ups and downs, because you do all that climbing with no reward at the top, no view, nothing like that. And then you might get flat for a minute, and then you're going downhill again, and no real reward at the bottom either. No water, no camping, nothing like that. So pointless ups and downs make people crazy, but they are good exercise. I have really been looking forward to my lunch break, not so much because I'm hungry, although it's good to eat, and not so much because I need to rest, although I'm happy to rest, but because my shoes and socks are still really wet from all that rain yesterday and really uncomfortable. So I'm going to give them a chance to dry out for a good 15-20 minutes or so while I have lunch, and then keep on moving. It was nice and sunny when I sat down, but as I sit here, the clouds are gathering and it's gotten cool. Seems like they're trying to tell me that it's completely futile to try to dry out my feet. Lunch break is over and I am hiking again, and it got so gray and cool while I was sitting there that I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to be rained on very soon, unless those clouds just blow off and give me some more sunshine. But a mountain biker went by, and I realized in the time that I've been hiking today, I have seen 3 mountain bikers and 0 hikers. I really don't know where everybody is, unless they all just started very late this year. There's a big buck there. Look at that. I think I scared him because he made a lot of noise. Don't worry, I'm hiking. I'll be on my way. Well, I got my last water of the day, and now I have about 4.5 miles to get to where I plan to camp. It's been a pretty good day, and I'm loving this pine forest. It's soft on the feet, feels good, but I know it's not going to last forever. That time of day again. Whew. I'm finally in the last mile of my day. I've got some downhill, which is nice, and then I think a little uphill, and then I should be there by about 6:30 or so, and I'm exhausted. I cannot wait to put up my tent and lay down. Well, I thought I was about to start a downhill, and then I saw that. Like, that's the perfect example of a PUD. I'm at the top. I'm about to start going down. Nothing to see here, folks.